Sorry for the quality of this. It's just the multifunction display, just waiting for traffic, and I'll put it on instant miles to show you that the multifunction display is working correctly. If you stand on it, you'll go under 10 miles per gallon. And if you step off of it, the dash lines are over 200. If I give power again, you can see it changes. Here we have a display that just indicates that the multifunction mile per gallon is working. If I now go to mile per gallon average from that burst, or get this, sorry about the, let me turn it this way. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay, so we are gonna let it come down just for the fun of it to indicate about 35 for you guys, just to start the show. And what I'll do at 35 is engage the cruise control and go ahead and zero out the average. So we're on cruise, foot's off the pedal, and we're just waiting to acquire data. And it'll walk up and down depending on your road conditions. Right now we're on a flat road along the seashore with a 0 on the average as far as a cumulative average mile. And that's sitting right at 100. I would expect it to go walking up some. That may say. This is a fairly flat road, as you can see. Nothing dramatic about it. No inclines, no descents. Pretty flat. Degrees, overcast, pretty muggy. This won't fit in between the speedometer or the wheel. Maybe I can wedge it there somehow. I just changed the oil. I went to a 540 weight, the Ultra Blend with Lubrication Engineers, just so I have a friction fighter in there. Little incline in the road here, just a little bump, maybe a half a degree or 1 degree. Might go down to 102. Now we're back pretty much on flat road again. Running about 5 minutes without touching anything. Temperature of the engine 190, which is about standard. Maybe the 40 weight oil has brought it down from the 114, which I've seen repeatedly, but over 100 miles per gallon is not too shabby. About 8 minutes now, and it seems like it's holding its own pretty well. 92,209 miles on this. We bought it new, always used Lubrication Engineers oil, and been using it for 40 years. Switch back to the instant one. Oops, wrong one. Alright. And you can see that it's self-computing all the time on the instant mile per gallon. But multifunction seems to be working properly. Back over to the average. Whoop, wrong one. There we go. And we have an incline coming up. Looks like about 3/4 mile away. About a 150-foot high overpass to the Sebastian Inlet in Florida. This is Highway A1A. Good thing about it, it has no lights or stops till you get up towards Melbourne or back down towards Vero Beach. About a half mile away now to the bridge, at which time I think it'll dive on us, because it'll be pulling a lot more power to get another 150 feet in the air, which would show it's working as designed as well. Don't have a manifold pressure or any other way to measure the boost. This is the bridge coming up, you can see. I don't know if you get a very good look at it, but we're just entering the climb here now. The engine, you can really hear it lugging. Mileage is dropping accordingly. We're about on the top of the bridge, on the flat part, and now we're on the downside of the bridge. Now we've reacquired the flat part of the road. We're slowly walk back up to 100 miles per gallon. Got a little half a degree climb in the road here. But basically it's a flat ass road. You can see that it just dropped 1/10 of a mile. Now we're kind of back on the flat part. I don't think anybody will drive at 35 miles an hour, so it's just to show you that 100 miles per gallon is possible, and actually a little bit more. But like I said, I just came from the oil shop and put a 40 weight oil in it. That might have something to do with the higher numbers. So that's about 16 minutes of running. I think that's a long enough time to say that it's working fairly well. And you can see it on the instant mile per gallon that it is fluctuating, meaning it's working. And haven't touched the throttle, still on cruise. And in comparison, I think your multifunction indicators will do about the same. But I don't know if you'll have the same high miles per gallon. Back to average, still sitting at 100, coming up on 17.5 minutes. Okay. And this is not counting in tenths anymore, so to go to 101 miles it takes a longer time to walk up. $101. So it'll eventually walk up, probably back up to 102, maybe go to 110 when the oil gets up to temperature and whatnot. But it's a little heavier weight oil, so I expect it to be a little more drag, but it's a lot more protection as well down here in Florida, especially with the BRM cam issues. I feel a little better with the 40 weight, 540 over to 530. I was running 1030 before I switched over to the 540. And before that I was running 1540 petroleum. But they say go to synthetic, so we went ahead and switched over to synthetic. Okay, that's 20 minutes. I think that's long enough for this one. I'm going to turn around and do one going back at a higher speed and see how that looks. Okay.